Good morning, Quadcopter 101, and what I got for you today is not a quadcopter. This is the A600 airplane, RC airplane, as you can see here. Now what's special about this airplane? This airplane includes gyros, it includes accelerometers, it automatically balances itself in air. So for those of you that are beginners that normally have problems with, say, trimming your airplane and you enter into phugoids, this thing is supposedly will automatically balance that out. Additionally, if you do desire to fly, say 3D, do rolls and loops, you can turn that off at the press of a button, in particular this button here on the controller. All in all, the range on this is predicted at 300 meters, which is darn good for a little RC aircraft that runs about, I believe it's a little over $100 is the price of this thing. So what I wanted to do today is demonstrate its features. First off, I'm going to plug in the battery, and then we're going to show what the controls do automatically before we actually fly this aircraft. It's a somewhat breezy day today. We got about 5 to 10 miles per hour wind here. We're also going to see how well this flies in such a windy day. So hope you enjoy this flight. Let's get into it. First off, this is the battery bay. You open it by pulling that little plug there. And inside we got a battery. I believe it's 7.4 volt. Let me verify that. Yeah, 7.4 volt, 300 milliampere hour battery. Plugging it into the airplane. Now, the best position for this is somewhat to the rear of the belly bay here. I put a little bit of foam up in the front here to make sure that stays in the back, and mainly that's to help balance the aircraft. Okay, plugging the battery bay back on. Okay, we have it started up. Now what I need to do first after that is to turn on the transmitter and bind it to the airplane. It's bound. I'm checking my controls. All controls seem to be working. There's the rudder, and notice the ailerons too. No, they normally don't do that. Well, yeah, they would do that. And here's the rudder control. Now, let's see what this does. Here are those gyros. Now, take a close look at the elevator there. I'm pointing down toward the ground. It senses that and automatically corrects that to raise the elevator. Now, when the aircraft's pointing upward, notice how it's now pointing down. The same goes for the rudder. Let's look at it that way and that way. See how it tries to balance the aircraft horizontally to the ground. Now look at the ailerons. The ailerons are doing the same thing. I'm rolling to the left, they're trying to roll the aircraft to the right. As I roll to the right, they're trying to roll the aircraft to the left. So this is pretty darn neat in my opinion. Let's just fly it here and demonstrate it. Okay, again, I got this 5-10 knot wind. We're going to take off from the ground. Hopefully it'll be able to do that. And it takes to the air quite easily, especially in this windy day. Now I'm doing very little to fly this thing. I think it's just amazing that this can do this. Now again, if you want to enter 3D mode, well not 3D, I don't know what you call it, normal manual control mode, you can do it by pressing this right button down. But I am not going to do that today. Especially with this wind. Not until I get some more familiarization with this airplane. But again, very, very easy to fly. You don't even have to mess with trimming it. Especially in this mode here. It automatically is trimming itself. And it's able to fight this 5-10 knot wind very easily. Very easy flyer. I would find it very difficult to crash this thing. We'll see if I run into any problems with it. Coming downwind on this breezy day. Wonderful, easy flyer. All you got to do is you give it some throttle and that's it. You don't even have to give it any rudder, but this might be teaching you bad habits. Let's put some rudder in there. It turns much faster with rudder. Okay, I'm going to bring it down, lowering the throttle. All you do to bring it down is lower that throttle some. So Such an easy airplane flyer. For those of you who are interested in getting into fixed wing, this would be a nice beginner's aircraft to learn with. Let's see how it's fighting that wind there. I wonder if I could fly it like a helicopter and just have it steady in the air. Let's come down range again, and I'm going to do a close by fly, or flyby. Boy, this is such an easy aircraft to fly. Now XK, I believe, is a subsidiary of WL Toys, and they put out some pretty darn advanced aircraft, like this one. Look at that, it just balances itself in the air. Easily balancing itself in the air. Cool airplane, huh? Like a helicopter. On this breezy day. This is just neat, in my opinion. I guess there are other aircraft out there with gyros and accelerometers already built in, but up until now, most of them have been quite pricey, and out of my price range at least. I was interested in getting something like those a while back, but the cheapest I saw was like 200 bucks. But this is the first one that I saw that it came from a toy grade that's able to do that, that's incorporated it. And it seems to have incorporated it very well. Now again, when you're in this mode here, you cannot do loops, you cannot do rolls. You're just going to do horizontal flight. Let me try to go into 3D real quick. Now I can do normal flying, I believe. No, I'm not sure. I'm still probably in automatic mode. Let me press that again. No, it's still automatic mode. That's fine though. Maybe it's the other button. I'm not going to do it though today because I'm afraid it's really windy. I'll try it on a less windy day. I'm going to do a follow-on flight with this to demonstrate normal flying. But again, today I just wanted to demonstrate the gyros flying this thing. Hands off. I'm not doing anything. I need to turn it though into the wind every once in a while. Let's just use the rudder. Such a cool airplane. A lot of people would have a hard time flying on a windy day like today. You won't with this airplane. This airplane automatically compensates for that wind. Neato. I'm doing S-turns in the wind. The A600 from XK. I'm enjoying the heck out of this airplane. This helicopter airplane. Again, you can't do this kind of flying on a... the reason it's hanging in the air like that is because it's real windy. And it's just fighting this wind. But even a beginner would be able to fight the wind with this airplane. Wind does not mean a thing with this airplane. I guess up to a point, you get up by 20 knots, it's going to have problems. But on a 10 to 15 knot wind, kind of fights it easily. Let's try a down one. Neat airplane, huh? Enjoyable to fly, easy to fly. I'm flying this until the battery goes kaput. I want to see what the flight time is you get on this thing. I'm actually kind of surprised how much flight time I've gotten so far. The helicopter airplane. Again, 300 meter range. I'm not flying that far today though. Let's take it up a little bit higher though. Give it a little throttle. Easy to fly. Bringing it in for an approach. I'm going to land it on the bill of my hat. Probably do that. I could probably hand catch it, but I'm not going to. Great flight time on this. One of the easiest airplanes to fly out there, folks. Now, one thing, when I assembled this, the instructions were terrible as usual. Particularly, it did not mention anything at all about how to install the aileron wires. There's two aileron wires for the two aileron servos, the right and left servo. Obviously, there's going to be two. It didn't say anything about connecting those in the instructions. It did not say which ones to connect, where to connect it. I had to find. There's a little connector, wire connector inside the aircraft for them. So keep that in mind. If you get one of these, well, the instructions are bad, as usual. And when you get that, double check when you connect those ailerons. Double check that they're correctly, to the left aileron and the right aileron by, giving right bank and left bank on the ailerons with your controller. If you're giving it right pitch, the left wing aileron should be pointing downward and the right wing should be pointing upward. And if you're giving it left roll, the right aileron should be pointing downward and the left aileron should be pointing upward. So double check that that's happening before coming out and flying, because you could be in for a nasty surprise if you mismatch those ailerons, the wires on those ailerons. Coming in for a vertical landing. Oh, such an easy airplane to fly. I'm surprised I still got so much power on this thing. This flies a long time. Again, I'll be doing another video of this with the gyros turned off. A future video. Not today though, because of the wind. Let's see how fast this comes downwind. I'm going upwind. Flies very fast downwind. Upwind. Okay, the wind was dying down there. Let's see about that range. Let's go down to the end of the field. There, full throttle. It was booking. The reason I'm probably flying so long, well, I don't know if the wind has anything to do with that or not for gliding purposes. It is a good glider. It glides well. I do want to try this up at the slope soaring on the ridge line here. Look at those turns. See what I'm doing? It does it real nice. Just won't roll over. There's no way it's going to let itself roll over. and won't let itself loop either in this mode. It'll do what it can to maintain itself in the air. Got a bug in my eye there for a second. You can fly real crazy with it, but that's about the craziest you're going to get out of it. See? Great little airplane. Okay, it seems to be getting a little bit sluggish. I'm going to land it. Reducing throttle. V-stall. Or was it V-toll? Let's try that again. Let's see what the takeoff length is for this thing. It's in the air instantly. Okay, bringing it in for a vertical landing again. You can take this one off from your garage or from your driveway. You could probably even fly this in your neighborhood. You can fly this in any little field. You can fly this just about anywhere. Just that you can fly a quadcopter. Okay, there's other people here today at the field. I don't want to bore them too much here. They brought their airplanes to fly too. So I'm going to land this today. Try to do another vertical landing here in the wind. That's it. That's the flight of the XK A600. One of the neatest little airplanes I've seen come out. I like it. This gets a Quadcopter 101 thumbs up. Look at those controls, how they work. Cool, huh? Okay, Quadcopter 101. Hope you enjoyed this flight with the A600. Let me get a thumbnail. Quadcopter 101, signing out.